Hello again, people. Today I am bringing you to the heart of our house, which is the heating room. It's a little bit dark in here, but I hope you can see the most of things that I show you. And the heart of our building is a little bit sick at the moment. But first let me introduce you this space a little bit. Right here we have two Högfors made in Finland burners. At the moment this one is for oil and the other one is for wood. And these were made in 1961. Yes. And originally both of these were supposed to be used with charcoal, but I don't know when this oil conversion was made, but probably in the 80s or 70s. This oil burner it's from the 80s. I don't know if it's original or not. And the other one at the moment I am using with wood. And for our first winter here, wood will be our primary source of heat. And we also have to order some more oil because we only have 4% of it left. I have a pretty fancy gauge in here showing the amount of oil. You can see it's almost at zero. But we're gonna have to get some more because we sometimes spend weekends somewhere else and we have no time to feed these furnaces with wood. And this is a pretty complicated system, as you can see. Pipes going everywhere. All kind of pipings. And this water storage tank is 1,500 cubic meters, centimeters. I mean liters, cubic liters of course. And this is one part of the system and another part is here in the heat exchange room. It's a little bit more bright in here, gladly. Here we have much more pipes and valves and everything. Actually, I'm pretty proud of this. And even as complicated as it is, I would say that I have already learned most about this system. I still have some questions, but not very many. And as you can see, some modernization has been done. We have these Omans, which are pretty nice. Automatic heat controls. We have two of them. Other one is here. And all in all we have three circuits for warm water. And one is here, this one going up into the rooms that we used to live. And the third one is for the school rooms, and the third one goes here, which is for the basement and also for some school rooms. And this is the warm water pipe that comes from the boiler. And what else? That's basically it. And for warm water that we used to go to shower with, for example, is made by this electric water heater. And we use so little warm water that it's almost free to heat it with electricity. Even though in this heating system we have a possibility of using wood to heat the water that we use. I don't know what's the correct word for the two type of waters. in this house we have two type of water switches. One is for the water that circulates in the radiators and heats the building, and one is for the water that we use, that we get from sinks, kitchen sinks or toilet sinks or showers. If you know the correct words, please let me know. But the issue that I mentioned earlier is at the water boiler tank, and in the very system that heats the water that comes from sinks and showers. It works so that when a fire burns in these stoves, it heats the water in that large tank, and the water temperature is about 70 or 80 degrees Celsius. And then we have a cold water pipe going inside the boiler, which is, just a minute, I'll give you some light. Too bad it's so dark in here. I've only got some two tiny lights. Okay, hope you can see. I'm really sorry for this. But this is the tank, and this is the system that heats the water for sinks and showers. And this pipe here is a cold water pipe, and it enters here and it goes through a coil of copper wire which heats the cold water, and it comes out of these three pipes, and it then continues through these valves. And here I also have an electric automatic heat control valve. It goes from there to the system. But the problem is that the pressure of this water boiler is rising on its own. And you can see here is the pressure meter. And it now shows a little bit under 1 bar. And the system is now completely cold. So it should be less than half bar, or maybe half bar. And it rises about quarter bar per week. So it's not too bad. I can manage it by draining out some water from this pipe, but I don't want to do it. I want to fix this. And the problem must be that the copper pipe coil is leaking inside the boiler. So in other words, cold water from this pipe, cold pressurized water, I think the pressure of the cold water coming to our house is about 6 or 7 bars, so significantly higher than the pressure of the boiler. And so the coil which is connected to this pipe leaks inside the boiler, and it leaks pressure inside the water boiler and kind of increases the amount of water in the boiler, and by that way the pressure of the boiler increases. And there are only 2 places it can happen. One chance is this copper coil, which I already told you about, but there is another possibility, which is, let's go down to here. You can see there are 2 valves in here, and the pipe to these valves comes from the same place as the cold water goes in the coil. And these valves are for letting more water inside the boiler in case I have to drain the boiler or it has a leak, or if in any case the pressure goes down and it needs to be increased. And the other possibility is that these both valves leak. But I have already consulted some professionals, and they are almost certain that the problem will not be in these valves, because they are not original, they have been changed already, and there is 2 of them in a row. So it's very improbable that they will leak both. So it's almost 99% sure that the problem is in the coil. And I have already made a test in here. This is the pipe coming from the cold water pipe, I mean. And this is the point where it connects either to the small 2 valves right there, which can be used to increase pressure, and the other way goes to the copper coil. And here we have a valve which is original and very old, and it probably will not hold completely. And the reason I have pulled this out, I made a little bit of a test if the coil actually leaks. I have shut down all the water supply, cold water supply from this house. And I first tried letting this valve closed, and then I opened it. And as you can see, there is some water dripping. And that water is coming from the coil. It is coming from the coil, through the coil, and also through the valve. Now the valve is open, but even when it was closed, it was still dripping. So there are 2 issues. And the first one is the leaking coil, and the second one is the leaking valve. But what I'm going to try to do now is just blocking this pipe, because we are not needing the copper coil for heating water, because we have the electric heater. So I'm taking out this valve and replacing it with 2 caps, one for this end and one for the further end. So it will be capped on both sides, because if I don't cap the further side, of course, the leak will act the other way, leaking pressure outside, which would drip down from this pipe, of course. So that's what I'm gonna do, and hope that helps. If it doesn't help, it has to be the twin valves, but I think this is pretty clear. Okay, this is a little bit of a different video again from my usual videos, but because we now have a huge house, it really recommends some care. And this is now a part of my daily life, maintaining all the systems. And I have also cleaned these both furnaces from carbon deposits, and that was pretty much a huge job. I did it in the spring. I don't know what was the last time they were cleaned, but now they are clean and they should burn pretty well. And the heating season is starting maybe in about 1 or 2 months, so I really need to get this system in perfect working condition. So I think I will keep you posted, and next time I make a video about this, I will give you some better lighting. And if you like this kind of videos, please let me know, and if you don't, also let me know, so I don't make you watch any more of this. But also, if you want to learn more about this system, I will be happy to tell you as much as I know. And also, when the heating season starts, I think I can also show you how I bring this system to life and how it works when it's in in operation. I am pretty proud of this system actually, and really kind of happy about it, but also kind of scared about it a little bit. Because there's always 1,500 liters behind the pipes that I'm working with. But I try to be extremely sure what I do before I do. And if I'm not sure, I will not do it. I will call the professional plumber. Okay, now I will again let you go. And I will have many more videos to come. And the first one will be about removing the stairway, which I did last week already. I just haven't had time to edit this, but I'm posting this now because I do this all in one shot, so no editing required. Okay, so stay tuned for more, and please let me know what you like about this type of videos, and sorry for the bad lighting. Okay, see you again, bye.